Welcome back, everyone. Again, I'm Minister Khalil Rahman Muhammad. Sitting to my right is Minister Haleem Farad Muhammad, and to his right is Minister Yusef Abdul Rahman, and we are ministers of Muhammad Temple number 12, Headquarter Mosque in Philadelphia. And welcome back. Our next question on the board is abortion and abortion rights. With regards to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, what is the position of abortion for the Nation of Islam? Minister Yusef.
First of all, if a woman got raped
Yes, sir.
by a father, she shouldn't have that baby.
Yes, sir.
See? It's according to the situation that you're in, right? See, the woman can produce a baby, but the baby can't produce a woman. Okay? Now, we don't believe in you running around just having babies and you just get rid of it. If you have the baby, you have it, right? But if you got raped or incest or something like that nature, that's a different situation. And if your life depends on it, getting, have to get a cesarean or something like that, you can get the operation.
Yes, sir. Minister Haleem.
The bottom line is that abortion is forbidden by God Himself, the killing and the taking of life, especially at an early stage. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is adamantly against it, and all followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad are adamantly against abortions. As brother said, that certain circumstances promote the fact that abortions may be necessary under certain circumstances. However, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and we as followers believe that abortions are wrong.
Right.
Okay, so in knowing the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's philosophy with regards to abortion, what do we tell the world, the pro-lifers, and the ones who say that the woman has the right of choice? What do we say to those people?
Well, what we say to them is this. First of all, you didn't create yourself, you were created. So therefore, you have no power over your creation. So how can you have power over the creation that's inside you, since you didn't create yourself? As you was born, don't you think something else that needs to be born regardless of the circumstances? You were given a chance, so why can't you give the baby inside you a chance? Despite the father was a no good whatever, or he was a rapist or whatever, that child, is manifesting, is here, so you have to deal with it. And basically deal with it, because you didn't create yourself. Somebody brought you here, you have to bring the next one here.
Wouldn't Jesus be the best example of that?
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir. Right now in America, with the present economic situation, for those that may be watching or listening around America, people are losing their homes daily. And the result of losing their homes, a lot of people are actually going to the street, going to shelters, unable to find jobs. There's mass hysteria in the streets of America. If you had any advice to give to someone who is about to lose their home as a result of loss of income, job, or what have you, Minister Yusef, what would be your advice to someone who's going through a very traumatic and stressful situation such as that?
If your right arm is offended, cut it off. If when your house become a burden to you, you don't need it. Anytime you gotta work 3 jobs to keep a house, you're dead already. It means you're in a situation that you shouldn't be dealing with. People in the system are busy killing themselves trying to live. You only got one span stomach. I don't care how much money you got. You got one butt and one stomach. If you got $1 million, you mean you only got one stomach and one butt. That's all you got. You got to use common sense.
Yes, sir. Mr. Haleem?
By not using common sense, as brother said, you've gotten yourself in this situation. The only way you can possibly get yourself out of this situation, you have to reason yourself out of this situation, and you have to throw off what you really don't need.
That's right.
And if you are at the point where you don't just know what's not good for you, you got to cut back on the necessities and the things that you were used to having, you can't have anymore. And since you can't have anymore, you'd rather be out of doors with nothing than cut back. And because your simple-mindedness and your narrow-mindedness and your reasoning becomes treasoning on you, it causes you to become homeless. In the state of New Jersey, I was watching on The View last night on Channel 12, is that in the state of New Jersey, you cannot be put out your house for foreclosure. It's against the law in New Jersey. Well, how about the other 49 states to enact a statewide decree to stop this stem of foreclosures? See, and then set up real state-operated facilities where the people can actually get some kind of counseling to refinance, to do personal management, because they need management for their lives as well as the economic life. See, and then how much is the church? How much is the church doing for all these people that are losing their houses? That's a question that we have to address, because the church is culpable in this too. Because these people, how come you can give thousands and thousands of dollars, okay, to the church, to the temple, to the mosque, or different things, but when you come into to hard times, you can't go back and ask, I'm Reverend Jones and Reverend Jackson. I need $250 for my mortgage. You know, I've been in this church for 35 years. What is the church? What is the mosque? What is the cathedral? What is the synagogue doing to help their own people out of these situations? Because we cannot always rely on the government. We have to rely on our brothers and sisters. Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, you want for your brother what you want for yourself. I don't want you to be in foreclosure. I don't need to ride around a 500 Mercedes-Benz S-Class for $145,000, and then my parishioner is getting ready to get put out their house. Why can't I forego 2 or 3 payments and help her? And this is where we are today. Step to them. Ask those who are your religious leaders to help you. They're 501c3. They can write it off. They can write off your whole mortgage, as a matter of fact.
Oh, good information.
Okay? Because they're a non-profit organization, and that's it. Go ask them and you'll see.
If you had $1 million house and you couldn't pay for it and you had to get out of there, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Who gonna take care of that house? If the house be empty, soon as somebody's gonna come and live in the house anyway. Some strangers coming in, they were sneaking in, sleeping for nothing. They're gonna start stealing the pipes and everything out. So a lot of situations when they're doing that, they not looking out for you, they're looking out for themselves. They trying to get somebody to stay and keep the house till the situation change. And when the situation change, you out of there.
Violence. Violence in the black community. Running rampant. Mothers are losing children at a pandemic rate. Past epidemic. Pandemic. Every day we turn on the news here in Philadelphia. Channel 3, Channel 6, Channel 10. Dying in Philadelphia, across the bridge, Camden, New Jersey. Dying in the streets. What can we do as a black community to stem the tide of the violence as taught to us by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad? Mr. Haleem.
Sure. The first and the main thing is the men have to become men.
Yes,
in
sir.
the community. They must come to Muhammad's Temple number 12 to get special training, which is called the FOI training.
Yes, sir.
As a result of having, which the acronym stands for the Fruit of Islam, that is the military part of the Nation of Islam.
Yes, sir.
And as a result of that teaching, it will teach you how to take control of your communities again and stem the tide of violence because of the repercussions that will happen if you aggress yourself upon an FOI.
Yes,
so
sir.
if you send your sons to Muhammad's temple and let him get training and be seen among the brothers and the righteous, okay, that will stem the tide because of the repercussions that will befall your neighborhood and all those fools on them corners. And that will cause them to be a part of the Nation of Islam. We need all of you who are aggressive. Okay, it's nothing wrong with being aggressive. It's something wrong with being a murderer.
Yes, sir.
See, we want you to be aggressive. We want you to keep that attitude because we'll change the aggressive